What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol PROG for Progenity Inc. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this, of course, will be an update. It's been a little while since we talked about it, as it sort of broke down underneath this level here at the 344, kind of fell off our radar, right? Really wasn't consolidating as nicely up here, but that's all changed now on today's session, poking back up inside of this area of consolidation. What we'll also notice about the daily chart is that we have a set of lows, and now a new set of lows which have formed, keeping us stair-stepping higher, right? Doing something like this. We'll see if we can continue to do that, but that is a hallmark signal of course, an uptrend. The other part of that, the flip side of the coin, is the highs, right? And what's happening with our highs? Well, they're continually also getting higher. So again, the uptrend still checks out here in Progenity's daily chart. In terms of more nuanced levels and what's going on, let's take a look through the lens of the 30-minute. What you'll notice about today's session, big move out of the gates here at 9:30. Consolidation was high and tight throughout the rest of the day. So what I want to do is take out the fibs from the low of the session here up to the high of the day. And what we'll notice, although it's not the most pretty consolidation, we certainly held on to the 50% as the worst case scenario here. And into the end of the day, it got better as we started to respect the 38.2, closer to $3.50. Now you might be saying, but what about what's going on in the post market? Yes, you're absolutely right. As of right now, we're trading 382 by 383, so on a small but decent gap up. So are we going to see potential for momentum continuation tomorrow? Absolutely. Okay, so what needs to be on your radar is, can we repeat some sort of pattern that looks like this? If I zoom in here, notice that this day here could be like the equivalent of today's activity. If we open slightly higher, maybe we get a follow-through day. Instead here, obviously we opened inside of range and then pushed higher. But as of right now, as the chart currently sits and based on the post market, if we can open on a gap up, if volume, that will bring me to my next point here, is going to remain elevated, then by all means, 435 could be on the table. We know that's a weak area of resistance. We would expect it to break, maybe on a higher low pullback, something like that into the future. So Progenity's chart here is actually shaping up quite nicely. Do keep in mind that earnings are around the corner on this one. They're not this week, and they're also, I guess they are next week. They're on the 10th there, and it looks like they're on 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. Central Time. So after the market actually closes, that could eventually throw a wrench in things. But as of right now, the chart is looking fairly healthy. We talked about the daily uptrend. You could draw in a support trend line that looks like this. Oops, if we get that to click like that. So really coming in from the major anchor where things started off, there's your first touch, and then your secondary would of course be a bit of a tighter fit, something that would look like this. Here is your anchor, here is your touch 1, here is your touch 2, 3, and 4 during the last 3 days of trading. So all things considered, the uptrend is intact. We'll see if we can get a momentum continuation play into the highs here come tomorrow's session. Now, I briefly mentioned I want to talk about volume. All I want to say is that if it's going to be a momentum play higher, volume needs to support that move, and I would make the argument that we should start to see about 5 million or greater shares per 30-minute bar sustained on the opening hour or so of the day. So volume bars that look like this, again, kind of on par with at least 5 million shares per 30-minute bar if it's going to make the move into about that $4.35 mark. Note that's exactly what happened this morning. Again, the range would be fairly similar. Let's just do a quick comparison. Here's today's range. Here's kind of an equivalent. Okay, so if volume can be on par with what we saw today, then yes, there is opportunity for more upside. On a breakdown back into range, on a breakdown of the support trend line, sort of be patient, look out below, see if we can hold on to this area of support at $3, but basically waiting for a pattern if it does move lower. But again, first things first, we are looking for essentially momentum continuation higher. I've said it enough times this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did, let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.